There was an obsidian boss in front of our hero, but the main character wasn't worried at all. He decided that he shouldn't hold back. The guy took out his weapon and loaded it to maximum, so he easily killed the monster. But it turned out that it was just a game, and our main character, Sam, is 20 years old, and the game was too easy for him. Suddenly the phone rang. The guy was being yelled at. The tutor said that Sam should come tomorrow, but Sam turned off the phone. The hero looked at the girl's photo and asked why she wasn't the one who survived, and he was the one who killed her. His phone rang again. He was told that Sam was the only player on the last level, and his phone suddenly lit up. Then they wrote to him that you can buy anything for points, but Sam was shouting that he couldn't be fooled by that. The landlady started knocking and Sam opened the door for her. She started yelling when he was going to pay the rent and why his room was so dirty. Then Sam sent her the money he had just received in the game. He paid for those 3 months long, and for the following years. The hostess immediately perked up, and Sam had a hard time getting her out the door. Now he realized that the money was real. He took the photograph and asked if he could exchange it for anything. Then maybe it would be possible to resurrect a dead person. It took 1 billion to resurrect, but the important thing was that it was possible. And now Sam could get his beloved back. He was given a rare task. Sam was happy about this task. He was curious what kind of task this was. Picking up trash on the street, picking up trash on the school campus, and picking up trash in the girls' restroom. Sam asked if the game was making fun of him. He only got 100 points in a few days of work. It seems like he underestimated this game. But if it helps save Yui, then it's a small thing. Suddenly Sam got a lottery ticket, but he didn't want to use it now. He needed to think of all the ways to get points. Sam was so lost in his plans that he didn't notice the girl and pushed her off her feet. The guy quickly got up and ran back apologizing. The girl laughed and said that she didn't think that fatties could be so brave. She stood up and said that he needed to compensate for this, namely, give all the points to her. The girl created a dome in the city. Now Sam can't get out of this trap. It turned out that the girl was also a player. She hurt Sam's hand and started to mock him. Sam suggested that they just disperse and continue completing the tasks, but the girl refused. She explained that the real point of the game is to earn points by killing others. Why doesn't he die and become her points? It's much better than doing these tasks, the girl said. Sam said that he had important things to do and ran away. He saw the courier and decided to run to him. But as soon as he touched it, he slipped through it. Sam asked what just happened. The girl explained that the city division is a space where only players can be, so no one will save it. The prey won't be able to escape from her sister, the girl said, and attacked Sam. Every time she sees someone die, she can't help but rejoice. Apparently she's crazy. Sam thought he couldn't let himself die like this. He wanted Yui back. Suddenly his phone sent a notification. Then Sam decided to use that lottery ticket, and the roulette was activated. It's just a lottery system, where the minimum percentage of winning something normal is as small as its chance of surviving. The arrow stopped and the sign said, "Thank you for your participation." The girl started laughing, and the guy was already in despair. But suddenly the arrow made another move, and Sam won special equipment. The girl had never heard of such a prize before, but she noticed that his body was recovering, so she decided to attack him before it was too late. Suddenly Sam had a huge weapon and he said that she almost managed to kill him, but he was lucky. He shouted that now he would win. Then the girl laughed and said that he was so naive. This is not a computer game where you can win with equipment. Now he would experience the full horror of this game. Sam replied that he should not be underestimated. The girl kept moving and Sam couldn't even hit her once. She said that with that level of strength, swinging a sword would make it impossible to hit her. So he just needs to give in, the girl said, and pinned some badges on Sam. Those signs exploded, but Sam remained standing. The girl said that she admired his tenacity. But this would be the last blow. She continued to strike. It was very difficult for Sam to stand, but he could not die. He had to do something. The body tuning, the connection to the Chet, was completed, and now he was ready to attack. A bright light surrounded Sam again, and when he emerged from the light, he was a completely different person. Now it was much more difficult for the girl to deal with him. Sam continued to attack her. The girl could not even normally repel these attacks. The girl asked how he became like this. What happened? Sam answered that he gave his life to the sword, but the girl did not believe it, and again said that she would kill him. But Sam was determined to win this battle. After his attack, the sword energy spread throughout the entire area. After all the attacks, it was time to experience it for yourself. Sam thrust his sword into the ground and energy flew in all directions. The girl realized that things were bad for her and offered a truce. But the guy threw all the stones at the girl and thus won. Yui appeared before Sam. She asked why he didn't play with her in the new game. She was disappointed, and said that he had completely stopped being friends with her. Apparently she was so lost in thought that she didn't notice the truck. Sam woke up, After the battle, he was so tired that he fell asleep right in the city. His phone rang. It was his friend Vincent. Vincent yelled that the principal said if Sam didn't come to class again, he would be expelled. Sam yelled at Vincent not to yell at him. Suddenly, Sam received a notification of victory and stood up and said that he was already on his way to school. When he went out into the world, he noticed that everyone was looking at him differently than usual. Then he approached the building, and when he saw his reflection, he was shocked. He could not understand how he was able to lose weight so quickly. The player's fat was used as energy in the Rough Stone Sword's overload mode. But it seems that using the reboot mode for this plugin is not expensive. But he is more worried that his life may be at risk. Sam changed his clothes and went to the university. The girls saw Sam and started whispering about how handsome he was. It's time to get a good feel for this game again, otherwise he might die next time. First, you need to pump up useful characteristics that will significantly improve his body. According to that idiot, enemy players kill to get points. He won, but didn't kill her. The energy that can be consumed in reboot mode is not only his life energy. Suddenly a ball fell towards him and the boys asked Sam to throw the ball back, but it seems Sam overdid it. He forgot that he had just improved his physical abilities, and that was only 8 points of strength. Here he received a notification about the opening of a dungeon, and Sam was offered an automatic search. The game is still in the testing phase and many features have not yet been developed by players. He went into the restroom and the arrow pointed to one of the stalls, but it turned out there was a girl there. The girl got angry and started screaming when she came out. How dare this pervert open the doors like that? But she wasn't going to listen to him. She took out her weapon and attacked him, but Sam managed to dodge. The girl said that she would castrate him for the safety of the other girls, or simply erase his memory. Suddenly, a notification came that she had encountered another player. Then she said that since he was a player, she could let loose. Sam said that when he beat her, she would tell him everything. Sam asked to listen to him, but the girl attacked him, and she was very strong, so Sam had a hard time. However, their fight did not last long. The dungeon was opened, and nearby players were automatically transported. Both Sam and the girl were sucked into this dungeon, and they couldn't resist it. F-class dungeon, abandoned city, the guys are already surrounded by strange creatures. Sam said that this was the first time he saw a dungeon filled with monsters. The girl called him a pervert. Sam replied that this was not true. The girl said that he was a newbie and was going into dungeons and was really afraid of death. Sam replied as if he was not a newbie. The girl said that she was a little better. She advised Sam to look around the area since he was new and pointed out the monster. The color of the monster's name represents the level of danger. It is a monster that exceeds its abilities. In other words, if you clear this dungeon alone, he will be killed by a group of monsters within 3 minutes. The monster ran towards the girl, but she easily cut them into pieces with her weapon. Suddenly the monster jumped on top of her and then Sam ran and helped her. Sam shouted at her to look around. The girl replied that these monsters would not do anything to her. Then Sam said that he didn't want to see the girl get hurt because of him. The girl decided to give her name. Her name is Ella. Ella said that he was very weak, so she would help him and invited him to the group. Sam accepted her offer and Ella said he should be grateful. They continued to kill monsters together. Sam's level increased and he could now fight monsters. Finally, they reached the boss's room. The slime fell on Sam and he shook it off. Ella opened the door and they saw a huge monster, a bone dragon, level 5. The monster started spitting fire at the boys. Ella told Sam not to move and ran towards the monster. Ella jumped and with one swing cut the monster into 2 pieces. But suddenly that slime fell from the ceiling and glued the monster back together. Sam shouted that the monster had woken up. The dragon hit Ella, then Sam ran and saved Ella. Because of the wound, Ella became paralyzed. This monster turned out to be stronger than they expected. It doesn't look like the boss of this dungeon. She heard that powerful monsters often appeared in low-level dungeons. They were unlucky. Sam said he had to kill the monster. Ella told him not to talk nonsense. She can't move yet. Sam said if he can't move, then they'll just run away. But then Sam shouted at the monster, calling him brainless. The monster turned its attention to him and ran after him. The monster began to spit fire and Sam pulled out his sword, defending himself from its attacks. Suddenly the monster ran up to Sam and tried to eat him, but Sam quickly reacted. The monster's fangs sank into Sam, but he wasn't going to give in so easily. Then the monster spat out Sam and he hit hard. Sam had almost no energy left. This acid can't get into him. Sam was wondering what to do. Maybe he realized something. Sam said he thought he knew what to do. Ella told him to be careful. The monster continued to attack, but Sam managed to dodge. Now that he understood what to do, he acted more confidently. Sam jumped up and the monster opened its mouth, ready to eat Sam. Then Sam attacked him and was able to damage him, then confidently said that he would soon kill the monster. The monster still didn't calm down, but it was already easier for Sam to dodge its attacks. Ella was impressed. She asked how he did it. At his level, it is impossible to keep up with his speed, Sam replied. Although the boss's attack is strong, he needs distance to attack. Then he spits poison. At a distance of 10 to 30 meters from him, he wounds him with his claws. It is a mean game, but he is lucky. 2 hours later, Sam continued to act according to his plan. Soon it should all be over. But then the boss entered a rage mode. His strength increased by 10%. Even the attack method has changed, Sam said. In his experience, even the monster's rage has a regular attack. But he has too little blood and strength, so he cannot make a mistake. Suddenly the monster changed its direction and ran towards Ellie. The monster was too strong for such a dungeon. Ellie had already thought that her end had come and even prepared for it. But Sam sacrificed himself. But he was not going to give up. He would put his hope in the reboot regime. A warning about the automatic launch of the skill appeared. Its cost is life energy. The reboot was successful. Now his life force percentage is 120%. Now his sword has 9,000 damage, so with one swing of the sword he killed the monster. The hidden boss of the dungeon was destroyed. The dungeon was closing, and Sam used up his powers and lost consciousness. He woke up already in the hotel. He had not fully come to his senses, and decided that it was Yui in front of him. So he hugged the girl tightly. But it was Ella, and after hitting him, she said what a pervert he was. She should have left him there in the dungeon. Sam apologized and said that his vision was blurry, which meant he was still alive. Then he took the phone and checked. His sword level had increased and he also got a new skill. Ella said that they were at the inn and Sam was paying for the room. She got 300 points from the dungeon boss, but she had to spend them to save him. Sam asked if she was the one who took his clothes off. Ella replied that she had no choice. She was just worried about him. Then Sam got dressed and said that he expected to sleep for 5 days. Ella replied that 5 days was nothing. If she didn't have the glasses, she wouldn't have been able to heal him. But she wonders how he was able to defeat the boss. Sam said he realized he was dying, and then there was a flash of light, and then he was unconscious. Ella said that he didn't have to tell the truth. They had only a collaborative relationship from the start. Sam responded that when she said that, he felt something was wrong, and asked if she was hunted by players when she first became a player. Ella suddenly asked if he was being hunted. Sam replied, "Once." Then Ella told him to open the map. He opened it and Ella complained that he didn't close it earlier. Sam asked what was wrong with it. It can be used to find mission points. Ella said that this map has a feature for showing the location of nearby players. Its location is always available to other players. Now other players are following him. The Scarlet Hawk was already near the hotel. There were also a brother and sister who also approached the hotel, Eagle and Falcon. And the last player, Korshun, who enjoyed killing newbies more than monsters in dungeons. Ella said there was an 8-level sniper on that building, known here as a rookie Terminator. The location was gone, the sniper said. Ella said there were probably other hunters laying in ambush in other places. Newbies like Sam have no experience fighting players, so they get killed and all their items and points are taken. Sometimes newbies get lucky and survive these battles. Some kill for points, and some just enjoy killing. Ella said he saved her life. She saved his. They were even. Wishing him luck, she decided to leave. But Sam stopped her and said that if she met these hunters, she would have to fight too, and he had a plan. The guy said it looked like they were spotted and the target turned off the location. They just need to find the target and they can get points and items, the brother told his sister. Sam found the brother and sister and told Ella about it, and she said that the sniper was still on that building. Then Sam jumped out of the corner and shouted, "They are not looking for him by any chance." The brother and sister immediately began to attack him. The sniper saw these explosions and said that he would probably have a lot of fun today. Sam ran away and asked Ella how the sniper was. Ella replied that he was there, near the window. He could hit him. The guy told Sam that he had backed himself into a corner and was also pretty tired. He shot Sam, and after the explosion his sister appeared, ready to attack him. The sniper who was watching them took aim and shot at Sam. He didn't care that there was a girl in the way. Sam was able to run away, but the girl didn't have time. The brother ran to his sister. Her life force quickly decreased, and she told her brother that there was some hunter upstairs. The guy decided that it was Sam's accomplice. The girl said that the sniper was on the roof of that building. Then the guy said he would deal with him and fired a couple of times. And then they themselves appeared from these bullets right next to this sniper. The three of them started fighting and completely forgot about Sam, who was watching them with satisfaction. His plan succeeded, and they were able to set the hunters against each other. He could try to fight them, but his body had not yet recovered. Sam asked what would happen if he died in this game, but Ella shut him up and said that there might be more hunters nearby. That's right. This weird guy showed up and said he would tell you what would happen if you died in the game. He went down, and the asphalt broke under him. and said he assumed there would only be one catch. Ella told Sam that she would deal with him, and that he should step aside and attack the strange guy. But the guy was no slouch. His legs were his weapon, and he repelled Ellie's attack. The guy said she was strong, but she was still far from him. Judging by her strength, her level shouldn't be higher than his. Ella told Sam that if he couldn't use that sword, he was finished. The guy attacked again and told Ella not to underestimate him, and he was not going to attack just her, and ran towards Sam. He struck at Sam, but Sam pulled out his sword and said that he was not going to die anytime soon. His wounds and body have not yet recovered, and his whole body hurts. Ella summoned a firestorm and directed it at the guy. But the guy was stronger and reflected her firestorm with his weapon. His attacks do a lot of damage. He said he had to admit, the two of them were a bit strong. Ella suggested he give up now. But the guy replied that he didn't like to take risks. But he had already taken a risk, so he wanted to make a deal with them. Ella suggested that he give all his glasses to them, and then he could leave. But the guy said that he had another offer. Would they like to work with him? He wouldn't mind taking her and this newbie. In addition to that, they could join the Blood Moon. Ella said that it was currently one of the top 10 guilds, a tempting offer. Sam became nervous, but then Ella said that she had no interest in a guild that hunted newbies. If he helped Ella, they could beat him, Sam thought. But if he was going to fight alongside her, he couldn't get in her way. We must defeat him at any cost. He will protect Ella and not allow him to hurt her. The guy said that in this game, as soon as he dies, all his points and everything he has disappears. Ella ran towards him, but then strange threads appeared, although he does not have such an ability. The boy attacked Ella, but then Sam ran up and repelled his attack, shouting at him not to forget about him. Suddenly a guy appeared from a hole in space and told him to stop playing with them and kill them. The guy said it was the perfect time to emerge from the shadows. The second guy said we needed to end this fight quickly. There are these threads everywhere. The escape route is completely blocked. Ella said that these two are very strong. You have to be careful with that guy in the hood until it's clear who the player is. The guy asked if they still thought they had a chance, then used his new skill. He turned into a ball and rolled towards the boys, but Ella used her weapon to stop him. Sam wanted to help her, but then that guy appeared from the corner and shielded Sam. Because of his strength, Sam couldn't move. Ella thought that this trick was useless against her and attacked the guy herself. The hooded guy helped his accomplice and said that she was strong. They underestimated her, but her strength was already running out. Ella told Sam that if he didn't have some kind of trick up his sleeve, they were done for. Using life force to attack is dangerous. Also, Sam won't last long. And then Sam realized that he could use something else. The guy said that until now, whether it was clearing dungeons or hunting newbies, he looked for enemies that were weaker than him. They were right when they didn't agree to work with him, because the killer from the shadows was waiting for them all the time, waiting for them to hesitate. It must be said that although they are new to this game, they are not bad, but they will still die at his hands. The chance of his victory is 100%. Sam replied, illness, earthquakes, accidents, life is never perfect, and 100% is not that much. The guy replied, Sam hasn't even experienced all the difficulties of this game, and he dares to say such things. Once he was on the verge of death. This time his life should be 100%. There are people who live at 100%. He lives at only 50%. When he was a child, due to an accident, he injured his legs and became disabled. But he did not give up. But even so, in this world, people like him are not treated fairly. No matter how unfair this world was, his own calculations still led him step by step to success. He was living at 90%, using 50% of his body, but he felt like a nobody until this game came along. Let his life be replenished 100%. This time he will not allow himself to waste even a minute of his life in vain. Sam thought, this is the only hope. The Devourer, if he is not mistaken, then he will activate his skill. Absorbing F-Class Energy Core, Reboot Mode. Energy Core absorbed and activated. Sam felt that the Devourer was an incredible skill. He felt incredible power throughout his body. The guy said that he would not let anyone tell him how to live his life, and this trick would not save him from death. Sam activated the sword's deformation and told the guy that he thought he was going to win. But the truth is that in this world nothing is 100%. Their weapons connected, and there was a huge explosion. The guy said he won, but suddenly his legs cracked, then his whole body. He used to be so careful that he hurt people who were important to him, but this game gave him a second chance. Even if his chance of winning is 1%, he will put everything he has on it. The guy in the hood was shocked that his accomplice died. Ella praised Sam by patting him on the back, but Sam said that the killer was still there. The guy wondered how this newbie could defeat him. Where did he get such strength from? But he could hardly stand on his feet. Suddenly the guy said that it was a pointless battle and left. Sam fell down. happy that the battle was over. Since Sam killed that player, he gets his points and items. Sam immediately became happy. Things jumped out of the box. Sam hugged some weapon and said how good it was that these valuable things were now his. But Ella reminded him that he should give her the glasses and things he received, or some of the equipment. Sam screamed that he almost died and had to give them to her. Ella reminded that if it weren't for her, he would have died immediately. Then Sam, in tears, sent the points to Ella. Converting these points into money would make $500,000. Sam thought that after repeated battles, he had better change his attitude towards glasses. Ella said that he could only buy 1,000 glasses, and the more he bought, the more expensive it would be. This is a free game where players can do whatever they want, so it will take time for them to learn how to play it properly. But he has the right to choose, and he can realize his own ideas and choose his own path. Ella divided everything, and Sam said she took everything valuable for herself. Ella said she did everything right. Sam started screaming that he got the old stuff. Ella hit him and told him not to scream. She didn't take everything for herself. Who said that after the victory he can take all the things for himself? She almost died. But here is a gift for him. Now he can be grateful to her and go home. Sam realized that he didn't know where he was or how to get home. He didn't even have anyone to call. Even though he defeated that guy, all he got was a bunch of useless trash. Suddenly a notification came that the player had received a rare item. After all, Sam had gotten a good item. It's like an egg. It has to go through a certain number of steps for it to hatch. After a good night's rest, he had recovered greatly from those battles. He earned 3,000 points, gave half to Ella. From all those battles that had happened before, he was able to level up 3 times. Now, as for the egg, it needs some special condition to hatch. This game seems to value its weapons the same way as most other online games. Sam decided to sell a couple of things, although this junk would not bring him much money. He transferred one weapon into the armor to see what would happen. This set of armor actually managed to gain even more skills, so Sam decided to put even more weapons into it. As long as the gear has additional attributes, its devouring armor can absorb them and gain those bonus attributes. This game has a market. He needs to ask around to find out where it is, but before that he must try to get even more points. A task appeared in which Sam was forced to go to college to gain points. So he did. In the morning at college he saw the guy and said, "This idiot hasn't changed." He jumped at him with greetings. This guy's name is Will. He met him during the games. Now they go to the same college. Will asked who he was. Sam replied that he didn't blame him. Will never expected how handsome he had become. They went to eat, Will said. Sam seemed to say that he wouldn't return to school. He didn't even pick up the phone. Will asked how he suddenly lost so much weight. Sam replied that he just started eating less meat and more vegetables. A voice was heard. Will said that there was a very popular singer at school. Later, Will brought Sam to the class monitor and shouted happily that he was greeting the student she had asked about earlier. It was Ella, Sam thought. Ella greeted Sam, who was still in shock. He wondered why she was dressed like that, and why she looked so gentle. These thoughts scared Sam. Will, as he ran away, told her not to forget that he had agreed to erase his attendance records if he brought Sam. Ella said it was hard to meet him. Sam asked if she asked him to come to school because of this game. Sam said he was going to class. Ella asked if he was trying to avoid her. Sam lied. He would never have thought of such a thing. Ella said that she sold all the equipment and here is his share. Sam will receive 5,000 points. He thought he had really underestimated her. Ella said that those glasses should have been his anyway. Sam asked where she sold the gear. Ella said she had a friend. People like Ella, who deal with top-notch gear, don't have the kind of material he needs. Ella showed the news. The guy they fought died in his house last night. Sam asked why investigators said the boy committed suicide. Ella replied, "When you die in the game, you die in real life. This game kills as if you committed suicide, so that it is not suspicious." Sam said that after the murder, he understood why people kill other players. But he doesn't want to hurt other people. He wants to do things the way we think is acceptable. However, if someone tries to target him, then he will definitely pay him back in kind. Ella said that she knows a couple of low-level dungeons, so she can help him level up quickly. Sam refused. He likes to play. He knows that when he is compared to a high-level player, it becomes much easier for him. If a player can't even remember what a game card looks like, it means he's just playing like an idiot. There are still 4 days left until the Saturday market. He needs to hurry and complete as many tasks as possible. He received a notification about the quest to clear the E-rank dungeons. Sam decided to accept this quest. Just a few days ago, he was a 200-kilogram pig, but right now he easily jumps over walls. The entrance to the dungeon was already open. He was not sure what this dungeon would be like. This dungeon looked terrible. Sam saw a huge monster. It was unclear whether he was dead, but the exit was already closed. There are 2 paths on the side. Which one is correct, and which one is a trap Sam did not know. He walked into one of them and found himself in a corridor. Sam said that this did not scare him. But then several monsters appeared at once, and then Sam realized that he was wrong. Sam calmed himself down and said this was his chance to test his strength after upgrading his gear. After assessing the strength of these monsters, he has no doubt whether he can clear this dungeon. Does this mean that the strength of the monsters in this game changes depending on the player's level? The difficulty of these monsters is just enough for him to practice, and he will easily gain combat experience. He also can't rely too much on the reboot mode. If used frequently, it can cause him a lot of damage. Sam was able to destroy all the monsters, but suddenly an illusion of Yui appeared. Sam ran after her, but then she disappeared and Sam said she was no longer alive. She would never appear in such a place. As far as he can remember, he has always known Yui. They both grew up together. As they grew up, she became more beautiful, and to others she was a model student. However, there was a downside to her that only he knew. They played video games together. People told Yui not to hang out with this weird guy. He was out of her league. Over time, even Sam began to believe that he was unworthy of being her friend. But Yui didn't think so. But Sam was too unsure of himself, and when Yui suggested that they play together, he always said, "Next time." As long as he continues to get stronger and earn more points, he also knows that he will see her again. He entered a strange room. He didn't think he would be so lucky. This thing in the skeleton's hand was probably a valuable item. Although, as for the monsters in these beds, it's obvious that once he takes the item, they will all attack him. Sam tried to attack these skeletons, but received a notification that he could not attack them. Then Sam had a new idea. Even if he couldn't attack them, he could stop them. Once finished, Sam took the item and as expected, all the skeletons rose up. But Sam's plan worked. All the skeletons were tied up and couldn't get up. He had already received the artifact, but since they were suffering so much, he would relieve them of this torment. Sam killed all the skeletons and received notice of the new title. But Sam didn't want the attention, and didn't use it. He continued to fight the monsters on his way. He was almost used to fighting. Sam got the blood crystal. Now you need to find the boss to clear this dungeon. Suddenly that ghost appeared again and, as usual, it looks exactly like Yui. This angered Sam, and he chased after the ghost, asking why it looked like Yui. But then more monsters appeared. However, Sam was too angry and easily dealt with all the monsters. There was another floor below Sam. This dungeon was larger than Sam expected. Maybe the ghost had led him here, Sam thought. But the cave suddenly appeared in the dungeon of the ghost hospital. Besides, these monsters are desperate for those outside. Something is wrong here. Sam tried to attack them. But his attacks have no effect on them. He can't fight. He has half his strength. He won't withstand even one blow. In the underworld, are the monsters attacking him just because Sam is alive? But why make this place where only the dead can enter? And suddenly Sam remembered something. He drank the healing water he received earlier. All the characteristics decreased. Sam could barely walk, but this could help him get through this journey. The monsters approached Sam, and he prayed that the medicine would work. As expected, they will not be able to detect him now, as his heartbeat has almost stopped. When he reached the cave, he saw a fountain, although he hoped to see Yui, but at least he could take a sip of water. Upon touching the water, his powers were immediately restored. Apparently, it was the elixir of life. Opening his eyes, he saw Yui. Sam asked if it was her. Yui replied that she had been waiting for him here for a very long time. Sam decided to touch her, but she hit him and asked why he did this to her. That day, if he hadn't rejected her proposal, that car accident wouldn't have happened, and she wouldn't have been in excruciating pain for 30 minutes. The one who killed her was Sam. Sam suddenly remembered all the times she tried to invite him to go for a walk together or play. It all came crashing down on Sam, and he said in horror that if it weren't for him, she wouldn't have died. She could have survived if she had been taken to the hospital in time. Yui said that she would never forgive his mistake, and then added that Sam should give her his soul. Sam grabbed her hand and said, he was weak before. He didn't even have the courage to face her. But there are no ifs in this world, and he doesn't need one either, because he finally has a chance to see her again. If he gives up his soul, it will be an escape. This time he will not run away. He will score points and get it back. Yui smiled with relief and said goodbye to Sam, and just like that she disappeared. Sam jumped out of the fountain, and so the hidden task was completed. He realized that all this was just an illusion. He cursed her several times for such a task, but suddenly he noticed something glowing and took it out. She didn't have a description, so he decided to go back. Judging by the map, he had visited the entire underground city. Sam went back to the gate and decided to put that heart into the monster. Then he put that stone. According to his experience, if you put these artifacts in the right place, you can revive the boss. And that's what happened. The monster woke up and broke his chains, then asked Sam if he was here to fight him. Sam said the knight has faith. Maybe this thing is needed. Sam threw this artifact to the monster. The monster grabbed the object and said that this object was the cause of his grief. It was forcibly taken from him, and he was able to return it. Sam restored his faith in humanity. He would show him the way ahead, so he broke down the wall. So the hidden quest was to find the hidden boss, an illusion of Yui standing in the center of the cave. He doesn't know what his goal is and what kind of hidden boss he is. But how dare he use Yui to play with him, Sam said. Yui was tied up with chains, and then a big monster appeared, because it hunts souls. This is an enemy that can fly. It will be difficult for him since he can't use ranged attacks. He activated the reboot mode and attacked the witch. He flew up to her from behind, but the witch flew away, and with her weapon summoned strange monsters that were not so easy to attack. Typically, a boss that flies and uses magic as its primary attack method is bad at melee combat. The witch suddenly spoke. He thought he was lucky when he found the secret dungeon. What a pity. Unfortunately, he was just another sad soul she attracted to her bedroom. Before she takes his soul, she tortures him a little. Her attack was not aimed at Sam. Suddenly, strange monsters appeared from underground. The witch could summon a whole army of spirits. It's even harder to get closer now. Sam can't waste all his energy on this little thing. Sam easily dealt with those monsters, but then a stronger monster appeared. This minion was able to block an attack he landed while in reboot mode. Then Sam realized that this was some player's equipment. Their souls were trapped here by the boss. He would use reboot mode and waste energy fighting him. He would be finished, but Sam still attacked. The witch was surprised. She said he just used one attack and destroyed the ghost army, but she still has a whole bunch of them. Based on his current strength and body condition, Sam may be able to use an attack of this magnitude again. But if he has to use it on another wave of enemies, Sam will no longer be able to fight the boss. The witch used the souls of people. Sam asked himself to calm down. Yui was waiting for him. He didn't dare think about defeat. If he was destined to die another day, then he had to try. Sam thrust the weapon into the ground and caused a surge of energy. So all the monsters flew away. He tore the spirits into pieces before they reached the ground. It seemed he had reached his limit before he took a step. The witch asked, "How about preparing for death?" Sam said the real game has just begun. The Devourer is activated, absorption mode. The souls of the dead are in pain. Sam made them his power. The soul entered into Sam's weapon. A huge flow of energy appeared. The energy exceeded the limit. Sam prepared to enter reboot mode. Sam hears and feels it, the suffering and sorrow that she has tormented the souls of. They beg him to fight her. The shape of his sword changed and new skills appeared in his mind. It felt like he had always known how to use them. His body is full of energy, and 5% overload mode is not a problem for him. Sam prepared for battle. Her arrogance would disappear after this, Sam said, and attacked her. The witch couldn't match Sam's speed, so he managed to attack the witch. The witch's strength was reduced by half, and she told Sam that she couldn't believe that someone could actually hurt her. Her captives transformed into her power. The weapon pierced her chest, so her strength was restored again, and, in addition, she had new weapons. Her appearance changed. Even her powers were restored. She instantly appeared in front of him and attacked. Sam thought that her speed and strength had increased significantly after evolution. The witch said he forced her to use this form. He is truly worthy of praise. Now his soul belongs to her, the witch said. This is a frontal attack. He will not be able to escape. But he still smiles, because as a gamer, what could be more exciting than being in a hopeless situation? He only had one chance to use this attack, and he was waiting for this opportunity. Sam won. The witch said she knew it from the moment he entered the underground city. It was he who was able to free her soul. Defeat the boss of the underground city. The rewards will be automatically transferred to the inventory. Sam ran towards Yui to catch her, but she disappeared as soon as he touched her. He raised his level from 2 to 8 and got 1,000 points. The rewards are good. The efforts paid off. As for accessories, this soul stone is probably a source of energy. He can use it next time. As long as he gathers enough energy sources, he can wield overwhelming power by using the energy for an overload mode. Strange scars appeared on his hands. He thought they were injuries from the underground city, but he didn't receive such a huge amount of damage. The tattoos are scattered all over his body. Every time he activates overload mode, he runs out of energy, which in turn takes a toll on his body. Every time he activated the overload mode, he suffered pain all over his body. He thought there would be no consequences. He should have known that this overload mode would not be easy to handle. He didn't expect the price to be his body. And now he can't rely on the overload mode. He can use the ability of the devouring sword to enhance his strength. Tomorrow he will ask Ella to take him to the trading market. Then he can buy equipment. Ella was very popular among the boys. They argued over who would sit next to her. But then Sam came and said that the head girl had already promised him that she would help him with his homework. Sam said he had a lot of homework. Ella said the lesson would start soon and asked everyone to sit down. Then Sam sat down next to her and asked if she would mind if he sat next to her. Sam asked why she was so angry. He had an important thing he wanted to ask her. Ella said, didn't he reject her proposal, when suddenly she noticed those scars. She asked what happened to his hands. Was it because of the attack in the dungeon yesterday? Sam replied that he was fine. It was a long story. Ella became embarrassed and said that she wasn't worried at all. Then Sam asked if she could take him to the market she had spoken of. Ella said she was going there anyway, so he should give 500 points. Sam agreed. A new daily task appeared. Sam said that he was not going to complete the task for such small points. It was time to answer the teacher's question. So Sam used his title to get the teacher's attention. And the teacher noticed Sam and said that he seemed especially energetic. Sam could use the points to exchange. The answer to the question was worth 20 points. The answer instantly appeared in his mind, and Sam confidently gave the answer. The teacher praised Sam. And he sat down in his place, satisfied. Ella laughed at his title, but Sam didn't care. That weird guy in the hood told his boss that his partner was dead. The leader said that the other guilds would soon begin to act. He was sure that the guy already knew what to do. The guy in the mask said he would bring the guy with the sword, dead or alive. It was almost 12. She said to meet her here so they could go to the market together. Ella came and Sam asked what kind of outfit it was. Ella replied that it was so that other players could not recognize her. The train arrived. Sam asked what station they should get off at. Ella replied that he would find out everything soon. The lights in the train went out. Ella asked him why he was so surprised and advised him to look out the window. A completely different world appeared outside the window, bright and as unusual as in games. It used to be a high dungeon, but after the persuasion of the Jinn Association, it seems to have turned into a stock market. 4 associations have their own leagues. She heard that many rules in this game have been changed. As far as she knew, the enemies they were fighting should be from the Blood Moon Association. The station has arrived and will be closing soon. The Jinn Association requires players to keep their equipment. The Gene Stock Exchange Association, they went out and Sam asked if it was safe to walk around. Ella replied that the association does not allow public fights, but they will go another way so that trouble can be avoided. Sam wasn't sure about it, but Ella said not to underestimate her. Suddenly they heard a fight. There was the same girl they had met earlier and she was being pestered by 2 rats. Sam remembered her and said, "It's disgusting. These bastards dare to pester a girl." He wanted to approach them, but Ella stopped him, asking him not to start a fight. Suddenly Ella shouted from behind cover, "Help!" And then 2 robots activated. Ella said we can call for help and the emergency system will activate immediately. But these 2 easily dealt with these robots. It turns out they were from the Blood Moon Association. They wanted to pester the girl again. But then the fireball descended and someone appeared from her. The girl came down and asked who dared to kill her beloved robots. She said, "Saving the robots, damaging the arena, a total of 3,000 points, punishment fee." One of those bastards attacked the girl instead of paying. But these tricks did not work against this girl. Sam, who ran to help her, also found himself in a difficult situation. The girl said that he damaged the soil. She would give him an 8% discount and a penalty of 100 points. The man ran to help his friend, but suddenly a man in a mask appeared and killed him. He said, "Such trash dares to call himself part of the Blood Moon Association. He is destined to die." Ella said, "It looks like the master has arrived," Sam replied. "Everything should be fine since they are on this earth." The girl addressed him as a ghostly face and said that since he had killed him, he would have to pay his debt. But he passed by and approached Sam, asking if Khan had died at his hands. Sam replied that he was the one who did it. Ghostface laughed and said that none of them could escape, but then the girl became angry that she was ignored. The man then apologized for the mess his people had made and promised to make amends. He asked how about playing the Casino of Fate, a gambling game that uses all the points and lives of both parties, together betting. The boys are in danger. If they leave the trading city, they will be ambushed by them. But then Sam asked if there was a chance to win, he would challenge them. The man said that in half an hour the Casino of Fate would begin, and that he shouldn't even think about running away, otherwise he would die. The girl asked her name and reminded her that she needed to pay. The girl replied that her name was Stella, but she didn't have glasses. In fact, she came here to exchange items for glasses and save her brother. The last time they went hunting, they used all the points to help her recover. But then her brother was injured. The girl said that although the rules of the association must be followed, since she was so pathetic, she would take some item as payment. But none of this is worth a penny. The girl said that she could sell all these things and get 500 points from them. Sam said, "She can see that these are her last things. This is all she has. However, if this little sister really needs glasses, then she has no choice but to join them in the Casino of Fate. Sam was against it, but Stella said that for her brother's sake she had to take part in this casino. They followed this girl. She opened the doors and a huge golden toad appeared in front of them. The Lord of Illusions only likes to play and trade gold-related things. Then the ghost face and the shadow killer appeared, and the girl said that she would introduce them to the rules. The Casino of Fortune consists of two parts. The upper part is the Wheel of Fortune, and the lower part is the battlefield. Each side will choose a random player to spin the wheel. If the participant is not satisfied with what he got, he can spin the wheels again, but the points payment will be doubled. They must kill the toad on the other side on command. The team that kills the toad first will be the winner. The game won't end until the side is destroyed. The girl asked if they were ready. Sam asked if Stella was sure she wanted to fight. Stella replied that she would do everything she could for her brother. The game started. The girl informed all the players who came to the trading city. The casino game of fate was open again. Sam found himself on the playing field. He was on the Wheel of Fortune. This is the thing he was most worried about. He told the girls that he relied on them in battle. Ella replied that if anything bad happened, the blame would fall on him. The wheel began to spin. The wheel contains unlimited supplies. Each item has no description. But white is the highest level, red is the middle, and green and blue follow. After all, it's a Wheel of Fortune, where the luckiest one wins. He's never played that before. But then the guy switched places with Sam using his skill. The red side has earned a red tier item that adds 50 combat power. As for the blue side, it is a strong green gem that cannot be used in combat. Sam asked if the power of the Shadow Assassin wasn't too great. The girl replied that nothing could be done in this place unless the Master of Illusions gave permission. Respinning may change the results, but their points will be used up faster. Next comes the combat part. Both sides can accept their items right now. As expected from the Shadow Assassin, he got the best weapon in the first round. His power is split in two. His clone contains half of his power. The ghostly face attacked the girls, and each of them used their skills. But the man easily repelled their attack and attacked their toad, destroying one of the toad's lives. As expected, the Shadow Assassin can find out where the wheel stops and choose his reward. If the two of them switch places, the power of the ghost face will have a huge advantage. There is no way to target them as their abilities give them a huge advantage in the casino. The first round is over. The blue side has lost a life. The second round has begun. Sam knew where he had to land. He also had a certain chance of knowing what area he had to stand in. As expected from the Shadow Assassin, this is a red gear, but on the blue team. Got green equipment again. The blue team got a strong green gem once again. Sam added points. This game is almost impossible to win unless he puts on higher level gear. The red team, who received the red equipment, decided not to add. If so, can the blue team win the round? But Sam was unlucky again. He got the same reward as the previous times. Sam spun the roulette wheel again and still got the same reward, so he stopped there. He told the girls that the difference in strength was too great, and that they should not put in all their efforts. Mask thought, this round is going so well, they are up to something. But he decided it was still useless. The red team easily scored another point. They are losing both in luck and in strength. Now they had to quickly move on to the next round. Green again. He kept getting that reward over and over again. Ghostface's aura is very strong. He keeps getting points. The blue team is not that strong and can't block his attacks. The Toad girls only had 2 lives and a bunch of crystals left. But the red team didn't lose a single life. The Shadow Assassin said that the boys were destined to lose in the final round. But Sam replied that everything was under control. Ghostface thought, as expected, this guy is up to something, but it won't be a problem. Stella asked if they had a chance to win. Ella replied, this guy can be reliable when the time comes. The next round started. Sam got green again. The Shadow Assassin got red gear again. But this time, both sides added points to spin the roulette wheel again. Sam will have no more points to add, and in the next round he gets green again. And the Shadow Assassin touched the white side. The record of 100 rounds was broken. But Sam confidently said, let them watch carefully. The Copper Killer can only be used in the last round. Before the fight, Stella gave Sam something saying it was for him. She believed it would be effective during the fight. It's from her brother. He said it can be used to save oneself in times of danger. At that moment, Sam used the weapon and switched places with Stella. But the Ghostface said what he would do at such a moment, because they have the power of the Illusion Master. Sam said he couldn't lose. Adding so many times he spent too many points. He used the glasses to the maximum to get as many crystals as possible, because these crystals are his energy. Sam activated the Devourer mode, and all the crystals entered his sword. But the enemy was confident that Sam would be unable to do anything against the power of the level 98 boss. The takeover was over, thanks to Stella. He had an idea on how to win. Stella has a lot of bad green rarity gear, and Sam bought it all out. Sam activated his crystals, and when the enemy's power was already right in front of him, he reflected it. Ella came to his aid, and together they began to contain the boss's power. Ghostface thought he couldn't let him win, so he cloned himself and attacked. The blue side launched a powerful attack. Despite the illusion master's attack being powerful, it bounced off. The master stopped the lightning strike. The blue side could barely hold back the attack, and their strength was running out. And the red side totem should have been destroyed by such a powerful attack. But it only lost one life. But the Ghostface was hit by the attack. The blue side had a chance. Sam gave the order and Stella threw a weapon at the Shadow Killer and he moved to the battlefield. And the ghostly face moved to the wheel, judging by his type of skills. The guy is useless in close combat. Suddenly the Shadow Killer gave up. He admitted defeat. The winner of this game becomes the blue team. The game ended. Stella asked Ella if she was okay. Ella replied that she had a minor injury. The audience was not at all happy. They scolded Sam as much as they could. But anyway, Sam and the girls won. A gorgeous woman and man appeared and congratulated the guys on their victory. It was the vice president of the association, Jean. Although she was not strong in combat, she earned a lot of money. She is very important to the association, the goddess of Victoria Fan. Sam said that since they won, they can go home. With such a big guild, there could be problems. Better to leave quickly, Sam thought. Victoria said that the association cannot let the guests go like this. They were wounded in battle. But the magic source is the guild's secret treasure, May said. But Victoria replied that they deserved it. Sam refused again, but Ella hit him and said that there was nothing more important than going to the magic spring. The legendary source can not only eliminate various negative effects, but also restore physical strength. The source was really good, but Sam wasn't sure if it could heal those scars. The girls came too, and Sam said that without Stella they wouldn't have won. Even though her brother wanted to kill him, he would forget it this time. Sam sent her points and Stella said that when her brother was cured, she would take him to Sam to make amends. Having received the points, Stella decided to quickly return to her brother. Ella asked her to be careful on the way back. Ella asked what kind of tattoos these were. Sam replied that they were not tattoos, but scars from battles. But then Victoria came and said that these are the seals of the sword. Its blade is a rare weapon in the game. Using this blade, the former owner competed with 4 guilds. An unusual blade, certainly powerful, but in the end it doesn't last long. Strong power requires great sacrifice. He has the same situation as that guy. His indicators are blackening, and when the health bar turns completely black, Sam will die. There is no way to fix this. The scales of the sacred healing dragon that fall in the dragon realm can eliminate the anomalies. But the Blood Moon Guild has captured the dragon realm. It is filled with thousands of monsters of extraordinary power. Victoria offered Sam to join her guild. With their power and money, they could negotiate with them. Sam said he appreciated her invitation, but he needed some time to think things over. In fact, Sam also guessed that this power was unusual, and it would not be given to him so easily. But he had to have time to collect 1 billion points. Sam woke up and was scared when he saw that May was in bed with him. May said that he slept in a magical spring last night and she was asked to return him to bed. She added that she had received information that a high-priced member of the association had recently appeared on the black market. A weirdo obsessed with weapons and props, he recently showed up with what Sam needs, the dragon scales. Ella came and said that they were going to the black market. She always wanted to see it. Sam said because of the recent thing, a lot of people are watching him and he's sure they won't stop. And Ella shouldn't get involved in such a dangerous situation. This time he will go alone. Then Ella had a flashback and angry, she hit Sam and said that he was always in danger. He takes a huge risk every time, and she's not the type to abandon her teammates. They came to the market. Ella suggested finding that guy and not getting into trouble anymore. Finding it on the black market will be difficult. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. Suddenly a boy ran up and said that he was famous in this market. For money he could find out any information. Ella said that they had been wandering for quite a while. It would be better to ask him. Then Sam asked if he had seen this man. The boy said he saw him come to the market a week ago, 100 points, and he would take them to them. Ella said 50 points or they would find him themselves. The boy replied that it was too little, 80. The boy took them to the dump, which surprised the boys. Then the boy replied that after the degenerate tree bought the place, it became a dump. Suddenly a strange Bree came out and told the boy that he didn't need an assistant, so he should go away. Sam wanted to talk, but the man said he was busy, so Sam said Victoria sent him to him. Suddenly Bree got angry. He shouted that this time he would destroy everything, and attacked Sam. But Sam managed to shout that he wanted to make a deal. He needed the scales of healing, and Bree stopped. Bree said he didn't need the glasses, but if he could use it, he would give him the scales. Tomorrow there will be a tournament, and if Sam wins it, he will give him the scales. Sam accepted his offer. Sam asked the boy if he knew how to register for this tournament. The boy replied that he needed his own motorcycle for this. On the market, the price of a motorcycle is 8,000 points, a deposit, and so on. Sam said that was a good price. Then the boy said that meant his brother was rich, and offered to work together. A speed tournament is not just a race. You need to develop a route and tactics. Ella pulled Sam, but the boy grabbed his leg and said if they didn't trust him, he would do it for free. Sam told him to get ready for the race. The boy lit up and said he would help him win. The boy said that Bree is not that easy to defeat. He is #1 in extreme racing and has never been defeated. There are also rumors that he is participating in races to break the ancient record. A legendary player who fought against 4 guilds single-handedly. Ella said that they have no experience in this. It will be difficult. If Sam loses, he will simply lose points, so it's worth taking a risk. The boy brought them to the store. Racing motorcycles are sold automatically. You just need to pay. Sam saw one, but the boy said that he didn't know how to choose motorcycles at all. You had to choose based on power and characteristics. Suddenly 3 girls came. One of them said that she looked for Phil everywhere, and he ended up here. The speed tournament is about to start, the girl said, and ordered the car to be serviced for the team. Phil replied that he was also racing, so he wouldn't have time to help her. Then the girl asked what kind of idiot would team up with an idiot like him. Phil said she promised him that if he joined them and worked there for a month, they would make him a pilot. But it had already been 6 months. Then Sam came up to her and grabbed her leg and said, "Wasn't she taught not to put her legs where she wanted?" The girl asked who he was. Sam replied that he was the one who was racing with Phil. He's a newbie too, so he doesn't see anything wrong with it. He won't let them touch this guy until tomorrow's race. The girls left. Then Ella hit Phil and said that he had a lot of secrets from them. Phil apologized for lying. He's not a very good pilot. He's just a backup option for the red scales. He always loved racing drivers, and was so excited to be involved in extreme speed. Sam said, as he said before, he took him to the race because he just wanted him to participate. He doesn't care what kind of driver he is. That girl called someone and told them that she met the guy who had angered so many people on the black market. The race has started. All the racers are already standing at the starting line. It looks like they are ready to start. The host announced the newcomers who had recently defeated the Blood Moon Guild. Sam contacted Phil and asked what the dark circles under his eyes were. Phil replied that he had been studying the route map all night. The 2 racers behind looked at Sam. One said, "The reward for this guy will be theirs." Then that girl came and said that there was no need to rush. During the hunt there was no need to rush. You had to enjoy it. Finally, the strange Bree arrived, and Sam thought that he had to win against him at any cost. Before the race starts, the host will announce the rules. Players can only use registered motorcycles. Acceleration skills cannot be used. In case of danger, the player can press the emergency button on the wrist. The race started. Phil told Sam that the track ahead was a long, straight road. But then those 2 bandits arrived and started threatening Sam and Ella. The girl said that she spent a lot of points to hack the guy's emergency disconnect device. She and her comrades began hunting. Ella said that they had too much firepower. Sam asked Phil for help, but Phil was unsure. Sam's bike was not fast enough to outrun them. But suddenly Phil came up with something. He told the guys to speed up in 10 seconds. There is a hidden passage right at the bend. It will help them break away from the bandits. While the girls were distracted, Sam drove up unnoticed and broke one of the girls' motorcycles. Before the girl disconnected, Ella managed to grab the gun from her and started shooting at the bandits. While they were fighting, the strange Bree was in last place, but at this moment, he decided to take action. Strange Bree thought that he would definitely take first place in this race. He got rid of everyone in his path, and was already approaching the guys while they continued to fight. But then the strange Bree activated 2 more bullets and aimed them at the guys. Phil told Sam that if he kept going like this, the bike wouldn't last long. Then Sam told Ella it was time to take a risk. They sped up around the turn and drew their weapons. So the guys overtook the girls. The villainess said that what was the point, because now they would become her target. But apparently the girls didn't know about the attack of the strange Bree, so the guys were able to escape. There were 2 bandits in front. Sam told Ellie that it was time to deal with them. The guys started fighting, but then the strange Bree got ahead of them. He jumped over and smashed their motorcycles. Phil told Sam that he now needed to take Route B as planned. Suddenly, Weird Bree called the guys weaklings, just before they ran over the bombs. The girl told Phil that in the end this guy lost. When they left the arena, he wouldn't get off easy. But Phil has already warned the boys that there are many quick hidden paths, some of them difficult. But this is the key to victory. In the race, he will use hidden paths in 4 directions. He will definitely find the route that will lead to victory. Suddenly Sam and Ella came straight out of the water, meaning they weren't out of the race yet. But the strange Bree removes everyone in his path, and ahead are the connecting paths. Will the players be able to avoid Bree's attack again? Bree attacked them again, and said that luck will not be on their side the second time. Ella told Sam not to use the reset, but Sam replied that there was no other way. Sam used an explosive strike and successfully avoided the heavy bombardment. Then Bree said that he had not used such a move on ordinary players, but since he was the owner of the blade, he would not back down. Here is Bree's unique ability, a zone of strong pressure. Sam and Ella will not be able to avoid on a narrow road. Sam and Ella stopped because of the zone. Although their prospects are quite good, they can no longer do anything in front of the overwhelming force. Phil sadly said that they would lose in the end, but Sam asked where all his confidence had gone. Then Phil replied that they wouldn't be able to break through the pressure zone. Ella told him not to be discouraged. Sam's sword transformed into a spear, and Sam entered absorption mode. Ella concentrated all her strength into her hand. Then Sam threw her his spear. She took the spear in her hand and cut a path forward. In the blink of an eye, they caught up with Bree. Her palm is burning like fire, but she can't fail Sam. Bree's bombardment is completely useless against this. The finish line is already very close. Ella is already next to the strange Bree. They crossed the finish line so quickly that the judges had to check everything several times. Ella emerged as the winner. 20 minutes later, the pressure zone disappeared, and Sam became the last man standing to cross the line. Although Sam was in no hurry to finish, luckily for him there were no more participants, so he took third place. Sam praised Ella for her victory, and then told the man to give him the dragon scales. But the man said that he was in second place, and Sam was in third. He only looked at the results. The organizers also invited a special guest, an impossibly strong man. The president of their Red Moon Association, Mr. Lin. The guys are worried. Sam wondered if he had come to settle scores with him. Lin gave Ella the reward and congratulated her. Then he gave the reward to Bree, but he sent him away. Then Lin approached Sam and said that he had heard a lot about him. Sam didn't understand what he was up to, but he shook his hand anyway. Suddenly he felt a strong pressure. Suddenly, Bree grabbed his hand and asked why the president would want to fight a moron who wasn't even level 20. Then the president agreed with him, Sam thought. Even if he only showed part of his strength, he realized that he was much stronger. The president said he was not here with bad intentions. He had good news. In a month, they will even open the C rank, which will be controlled by the Red Dragons Association dimension. All players below level 40 can come and test themselves. Sam was immediately surprised, because this is where you can get dragon scales. Players can vent all their anger and pain. The Red Moon Guild will provide the best conditions for the fight. In his lair, Bree showed the boys the dragon scale. Sam asked if he called them here to give it to him. But Bree stopped him and said he didn't win against him, so why should he give it to him? The one who defeated him, Ella. He gives the dragon scale to her. Sam asked if he should eat it. Ella used the scales on Sam and it worked. His health was restored. Now he needs to get into the Red Dragon's dimension to collect these scales and get rid of the side effect. Ella asked if he had forgotten about Victoria's request. Then Sam opened the letter. Sam said he was asked to deliver the letter, but the man waved the letter away. The letter then opened and the device, detecting Bree's presence, fired an electric shock at him. The voice said it was a disarming light that she had spent years developing. They will return his sweet side. The guys themselves did not realize that they drove Bree into a trap. Suddenly the armor broke and a girl appeared, telling them to get out. She got angry but said they were still useful so she wouldn't touch them. Her name is Lily. Lily asked if he was going to the dragon's dungeon. Sam replied that there would be healing scales and rare items there. Then Lily asked if Sam thought Lin would let him get away with his antics so easily. Lin, whom she knows is cunning and cautious. The fact that Sam is still alive is most likely part of his plan. Now he's encouraging him to go to the dragon's dimension, which means he's confident that he can defeat him. Sam replied that he had his own reasons for going there. Lily said that she could teach him how to properly handle a sword. Lily sent Sam to another dimension. He asked what this place was. Lily answered, "This is her training center." Sam asked if she was joking. Lily said, "Then he should be prepared to be disappointed. Either he will win or die at her hands." Lily attacked him, but Sam blocked her blow. Lily said that it was not bad anymore. But then she shot Sam with her weapon and Sam flew back. She was so aggressive that she was driving him crazy. He should give her a little lesson, Sam thought. Sam told her to prepare herself to see his true power, but Lily calmly deflected his attack. Even after being overloaded, she is able to follow his movements, in which case he needs to become stronger. But Lily stopped him again and said that his attacks were too monotonous. Sam replied, "Then he can no longer hold back." During the attack, he left marks on the ground. However, Lily was able to block his attack. Those huge mechanical hands helped her. It's similar to the transformation of his sword into the soul spear. She can change its shape just like Sam can with his sword. Lily attacked Sam. He couldn't dodge. He had already used the maximum speed overload. His stamina was already exhausted. Then Sam said he admitted defeat. Lily said he was too weak. She didn't even activate the G-Blade. The so-called G-Blade is simply a weapon that can awaken a new form under certain conditions. After absorbing enough attacks, her blade can enter alienation. Although he can use the alienated form of the spear, it still doesn't change the fact that he will lose to her. The thing is, he relies too much on overload. If he sees an enemy that can't be defeated, he will fall from exhaustion. Sam asked what to do. It was an inevitable consequence of using the blade. There was nothing he could do about it. Lily replied, if he continued to think like this, then soon the blade would control him. If he wanted to become stronger, then he had to suppress it. If she is not mistaken, the soul stone that causes the alienated form of the spear is extremely rare and special. So if he wants to become stronger, then he must awaken the next level of alienation. Energy items are rare. Even his information network does not register any dungeons containing such items. But he must remember, when it comes down to it, Dee's blade is a double-edged sword. Although it is also a devouring blade, perhaps she overestimated it. She said goodbye to Sam and left. Sam thought she was so weird, but he had to be grateful. He finally understood the mechanism of the devouring blade. Now he needs to find a way to improve the alienations to become stronger. In the morning, Ella came to school and saw Sam. She said that apparently he came because of the assignment. Seeing him, Ella asked what was wrong with him. Sam replied that he was just thinking about the problem that Lily left behind, so he couldn't sleep. Ella asked what he was writing. Sam said it was a valuable book on how to level up. He spent the whole night writing it. After seeing his diagram, Ella said she didn't understand anything. He was so desperate to become stronger. Sam asked if she had heard of dungeons that dropped energy items. Ella asked if they hadn't met an all-knowing ally, so Sam wrote to Phil. But there was an old photo hanging, so Phil said he didn't add the fat pig as a friend. The teacher told Sam that the material in this lesson was the key knowledge of the current topic. He asked what the law of conservation of energy was. Sam replied that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. The teacher answered, everything is correct. Besides this, energy can also transform between different forms. Fire and lightning have been natural disasters since ancient times, but in the end, using them, people were able to start the steam age. Similarly, atomic energy can destroy in the form of an atomic bomb, but only if the transformation of this energy is controlled. Sam asked if he meant applying the law of conservation of energy to the use of energy. The teacher said that if they could control the use of energy, then they would have hope of moving into the era of new energy. And then humanity will discover unlimited possibilities. Suddenly Sam realized something and said that his stomach hurt and ran away. He had a great idea and he couldn't wait, so he decided to test it right away. Sam ran into the first dungeon he came across, but there was a ghostly face there, and he held Phil back. Phil replied that he had kidnapped him and sent the message to lure him into a trap. He was not alone here. There was a strange woman. A ghostly face told him to attack her. Even though the leader didn't allow them to cause him trouble, he finds it difficult to contain his anger. Ina's ability allows her to control mechanical dolls. In a place like this, where the remains of mechanisms are everywhere, her power is doubled. Sam was surrounded by an army of dolls. The man said his overload mode could only be maintained for a short time. Phil asked Sam to be careful. Sam said that since he calls him Big Brother, he will not leave him to die here. All this time he had been oblivious to the problem of energy distribution. The energy bursts skill attacks in an area, and if you aim at a specific enemy, a lot of energy will go to waste. Overload mode covers the entire body with energy, increasing all of its attributes, but it also uses up a lot of energy. Since the energy is conserved, he should not waste it. Instead, he will focus the energy in one point and use it only to attack enemies. He doesn't have any energy items to activate the alienation. According to Lily, he will be able to trigger the alienation if he has enough energy. He was healed by the Divine Healing Dragon Scale, so he has maximum health. Success, in order to reduce energy consumption. He wanted to create a smaller form of sword alienation. Sam felt great, but the man said that little tricks wouldn't scare him. Unlike the complete alienation, his speed has increased significantly. Instead of using the overload mode, he concentrates the energy into the sword. Sam easily dealt with those puppets, and he also easily killed the doubles. For him, killing doppelgangers and dolls is like chopping vegetables. His plan to exhaust him is no longer effective. Sam asked if he would continue to fight. There was no strength left for the doubles. The man ran and attacked him. The man used his trick again. He still had an ace up his sleeve. But Sam wasn't going to give up either. He used an improved energy burst. Sam was able to repel all of his attacks and knocked the man down. Then he said that the ghost face had lost. But then the double took Phil hostage. He ordered Sam to retreat, otherwise he would kill him. However, Ella appeared and said that he was not the only one who had aces up his sleeve. Ella said that she saw Sam slip away strangely and decided to follow him. Then the ghost face said it was just a misunderstanding. Sam replied he had a chance to escape. Either way, he's a guy who's going to give it all his points. The girl said that she saw no point in continuing this battle, but she added that she would make him experience real hell when he came to the Red Dragon dimension. Suddenly, Ella remembered that this was the same woman who killed her partner. She attacked him one last time, but the girl had already left. Sam asked what was the matter. There was no point in chasing her. Phil ran up and hugged Sam, saying that he was grateful to him for saving him again. Phil thanked Sam for his help, but Sam said that there was no need to thank him, because it was because of him that Phil was kidnapped. Then Phil said that means Sam is now in his debt. Ella said that it was dangerous here and they should leave. Phil suggested that the guys go to his house. Sam asked if he had bought this mansion with the money he had exchanged from his glasses. Phil replied that the house belonged to his stupid father, and besides, the amount of money that points could be exchanged for was limited by the level. Suddenly the door opened and 3 girls appeared. They greeted Phil. The girls also asked Sam and Ella to come with them so that they could take care of them too. Phil was a little annoyed by the excessive concern, so he shouted that he didn't need help. The guys sat down at a luxurious table. The girls wished them bon appetit and left. Sam said he didn't expect Phil to be so rich in real life. Phil replied that it wasn't him who was rich, but his father, who planned his whole life, even managed his daily life. But it was as if he was reborn when he got into this game. In the world of the game, he has freedom. Since he was Sam's navigator, he lost one of the targets in his life. So he wants to join him on a dungeon expedition. Sam said that Phil should be better prepared because it is dangerous around him. Ella said that she would also go with him to the dungeon of the Red Dragon. Sam asked, "That woman, Lena, how is it connected with her?" Although Ella admitted that she had been looking for her all this time, this happened several months before she met Sam. As a newbie, she was very lucky to meet a player who was willing to help her. Her name was Sky. After teaming up with Sky, they successfully cleared many dungeons, and she became her only friend. But the good times didn't last long. One day they were attacked in the dungeon. The one who attacked them was Lena. To protect Ella, Sky decided to cover her while she ran away. Sky told her to leave her and run away. She assured Ella that she was strong enough to defeat Lena. But after that incident, she never saw Sky online again. She hoped that Sky just left the game. But it seems that Sky is no longer there. Sam said Ella should collect the points. In the worst case, even if something bad happened, she can revive her for 100 million. Ella said it was impossible. Sam replied it was a game that could make all wishes come true. He only played it because he believed in it. From the very beginning, he decided to collect 100 million points to revive his girth, which had died. Sam revealed for the first time the true purpose of his game, and Ella now understood why he worked so hard. The atmosphere became serious. Then Sam raised his glass and said that he would achieve the goal, and thanks to them, progress accelerated. Ella thought that maybe this goal was really achievable. Phil supported the guys, and they joyfully clinked glasses. To prepare for the Dragon Dungeon, they took the advice and joined the level booster team for points. Sam said that the Jin Association has masters even in this field. They really use all the opportunities to earn money. Sam's level had increased again, Phil noticed, and Sam said it was the right decision to spend the points on it. The man said that the small battle was over and they had dropped a lot of equipment. Is there anyone willing to buy it? Ella took a good spear, and Sam was not against taking all sorts of junk. The man then wondered what was wrong with him. Another player told him to leave the best for him because he would pay double when he returned. Phil asked why Sam had so much junk. Sam replied that these things were very useful to him. Sam used absorption and added points to his stats. The girl said that the boss would come next, so the guys needed to hide. This boss is a bit tedious. Even for him it will take about an hour to kill him, the man said. The player complained that for the rich, leveling up is a boring thing. Phil wanted to beat him up for such behavior. The dungeon boss appeared, and the association ran forward to kill him. The player complained that it was hot here, and that they were taking too long to kill the boss. Suddenly, the player noticed a gem that could be sold for a huge price, and decided to quickly take it. But the monster suddenly went berserk and ran past the man, straight to that player. The man shouted for him to dodge, but it was too late. The monster made its attack and the player died on the spot. Things were bad. At this rate, all the players would be dead. But then Sam took out his sword and killed this monster. People were shocked. They started to think who Sam was. Sam himself noticed that he became stronger. Entering the Red Dragon dimension, after 10 days of intense leveling, the day of opening the Dragon dimension has arrived. A lot of people came, and it is not surprising. In public dungeons there are no restrictions on the number of people. The Blood Moon Association has opened the dungeon that was kept under lock and key for so long. Rumor has it that they can't clear this dungeon, but for Sam, this is the best-case scenario. Ella told him to be careful, because wherever he goes, he makes a lot of enemies. Suddenly a guy and a girl appeared. The guy hinted that Sam was rude, because he did not immediately give way to Jean's association. This guy is one of the best newcomers of the Jin Association. The guy himself called himself the most handsome. And the girl is one of the best newcomers of the association. She opened the guy's eyes, saying that he can only dream of this. The guy looked at Sam. Then Sam asked what was the matter. He had something to say. But the guy pushed Sam aside and said that her performance in the last races was amazing. If it's not too much trouble, could she teach him how to race in her spare time? However, Stella came and grabbed the guy. The girl asked Stella to shut his mouth. The Jin Association sent more than 2 people. Even Stella is here, people said. There was also a specialist from the G Association nearby. She asked if there would be food in the dungeon. Stella answered that it was possible. Stella also greeted Sam and went into the dungeon. Sam only sighed in relief when she left. The Blood Moon Association came. The strongest members were here. The girl Ella was hunting for was there. Sam told Ella not to be impulsive. It was not time to fish her out yet, Ella agreed. But suddenly someone attacked them. 3 guys were the ones who attacked them. They decided to avenge their dead friends. People called them fools, because this man is called a demon. But the guys were not afraid of death. It was more important for them to take revenge. Of course, the Blood Moon guy stopped them in a second and told them that they didn't deserve to be killed by him. He sent his strange pet to attack them, but suddenly the guys were protected by shields. There was an association of a Lionheart. The guy was called Elf, the master of the sword. His name was Lei, and the girl was called the Black Knight, Lola. Lei said, "As long as their association is here, the pillar of righteousness will not fall and all evil will be punished." Sam said that this association was so noble, the complete opposite of Jean's association. The player was glad that Lionheart had joined, but the members of the Grey Mist Association did not show up. But then a fat man appeared and said that they could not enter, since there were already 120 people who had come to the dungeon, and they would be holding a lottery. Each of them was given a random number. Let them enter in order. But the players understood that they would go there separately. Phil's number was 22. Ella's was 25, Phil said. Probably with Sam's luck, he was in the top 10. Sam said they must be making fun of him. He, the god of luck, is actually in last place. Phil said they would defeat them all for Sam. Sam said he was just worried if it would be too dangerous for the 2 of them to go there. Ella told him to stop looking down on people. He should think about how he would catch up with them later. Phil said they would go to the first level. The Snake Spirit's grave would be the meeting place. First level, the pit of 10,000 snakes. The guy from the Jin Association fought with monsters. The guy killed one with difficulty, but said it was easy. He didn't even ruin his hair, but he didn't know there were other monsters there. The monsters grabbed him. Kate said that Mike was the perfect bait and easily killed all the monsters. But other monsters appeared, so G fired and said that she would not let anyone suffer. Then Stella ordered her robot to turn on the destruction mode. The robot began to shoot at the monsters. The girls happily congratulated each other on their victory, but only Mike was dissatisfied. The Blood Moon was watching them. Lena said that they didn't look like anyone who could harm them. The Lionheart guy also fought these monsters easily. He used his ice blade. And the girl wielded a fiery blade. Lola asked why they had never seen dragons. Lei said that these snakes can turn into dragons. Lena said that their individual abilities are as powerful as their teamwork, which can become their biggest enemies. But Ed said that they were not their target. That man was strong. He had to be fully focused to hunt him. Ella continued to search for Phil and Sam, but so far she had only encountered the monster. She easily killed him and said that valuable resources could be obtained in this dungeon. Suddenly Ella noticed the monster and decided to attack, but it turned out that it was Phil. This is his special cloak from monsters. With this he is no longer afraid of monster attacks. Lena followed them and informed Ed that Phil and Ella had not yet met Sam, and all because Sam had just entered the dungeon. He had been waiting for an eternity just to go there. But as soon as Sam entered the dungeon, he met Ed, who was waiting for him. He said that Sam had no choice where to go. Sam knew he had plans against him, and this loss was planned from the start. But that means Phil and Ella are safe. Sam said they should have all come together. Killing them separately is tiring. Ed got angry and attacked him, saying that Sam would regret his words. Sam thought why he threw his sword. It was his weapon. But suddenly Ed himself appeared in front of him, as well as his pet. Sam changed the shape of his sword and repelled their attack. Ed said he would never let prey like him go. Sam said he was okay too. He didn't even die from the first blow. Then Ed told Sam not to die from one blow himself, and attacked him. This guy is strong and he can also teleport to his sword. Ed attacked Sam with his pet. Ed said that Sam wouldn't be able to dodge that attack. Sam replied that he didn't plan to. Their fight was just getting started. But suddenly they stopped. A girl appeared in the sky and said, "According to the peace treaty, others can prevent the fight." Ed said the Grey Fog Association never interfered in others' affairs, so she needed to get out of here. He tried to attack her but failed, Sam said. For him, everyone here is an enemy. But she said that she actually came to save him. The girl activated the teleportation spell, but then Ed's pet appeared, and Sam protected her. In an instant, Sam and the girl were teleported to a completely different place. Sam asked where they were. The girl answered. "It's strange." She set the exit coordinates. Sam asked how she could not know where they were. She said it was all because he pushed her. Now they are far from their destination. They are in the border zone. It was a 2-day walk to the destination. Sam yelled at her to teleport him back, but she replied that she could no longer use the teleporter. However, even if she manages to use the teleport, she won't do it. Her goal is to keep him away from the battlefield. Sam asked what she was talking about. The girl said that if he left, he would die in this dungeon. The president sees the future. She saw it. Failure is coming. Many lives will be lost. The chosen one will also die in black flames. The rest are on missions right now. She chose this girl. The president hoped that she could help that person. The girl said she wanted to teleport him away from there so he wouldn't be in danger. Sam asked why she was helping him. She replied that his weapon was related to the item they were looking for. Then she introduced herself. Her name is Mary. They just need to wait for her skill to recover. But Sam said he had friends elsewhere, and if what she said was true, they were in danger. Mary said it was dangerous to go back there. Sam told her to stay there, but Mary reminded him that he was her mission. Phil said that it was much better to go with her than with her brother. Ella asked if Sam had contacted her yet. Phil replied that he might still be at the entrance. But then Sam contacted them and said that the dungeon was more dangerous than they thought. He asked them to stay there and wait for him. However, the signal was bad and Phil did not understand anything, he asked. Sam said that he was going to look for them. Sam shouted that they shouldn't move through the dungeon. But Phil didn't understand anything again, and they went to the next level. The connection was lost. Mary asked if she could borrow the blade for a while. It was the first time she had seen it so close, but Sam refused. Sam looked at the map and said the new path on the right looked a little suspicious, so Mary decided to check it out. Mary said that it was not worth going there. She felt terribly strong magic there. But Sam decided to go this route. Mary said that this type of monsters are poisonous. Sam shouted that she should have warned about this. Sam transformed his sword and started killing all the monsters, Mary thought. As expected. The sword has exceptional power. But even if the president's prophecy is not wrong, it would be better if her teleportation skill recovered before the problem started. Just as Sam was delighted with his big glasses, he realized that there was no way forward, only strange statues. Sam said that it was apparently a puzzle. It had to be solved. 4 multicolored spheres, 4 stone pedestals, and 4 statues. Different colors of spheres represent dragons with different attributes. The one with fins must be a water dragon. The one with moss growing on it must be a forest dragon. And the one with spikes must be an electric dragon. The boys placed the spheres on the pedestals and a circle appeared from the ground. Sam wondered if this was too simple. Mary raised her head and saw monsters blocking the exit, which meant they hadn't solved the riddle yet. The light of the 4 types of dragons gathered around the altar. It seemed like something should be summoned from there. Then Sam realized that it had something to do with the fire egg and took it out. Sam placed the egg on the circle to see if it would work or not. Suddenly the monsters stopped. But it's strange that the egg hadn't hatched yet. Suddenly the guys were attacked from above, and a voice was heard. The big monster said, "Ignorant people, not only set foot on the forbidden land, but also dared to break the seal. They will pay for their ignorance with their lives," Mary said. "It is a monster of disaster. There are rumors that in the dungeons you can meet a special class of monsters. They have intelligence." Mary said that they were no match for him. It was better to run away. But then the dragon attacked. His strength was unusual. The dragon ordered his servants to tear these people apart. Then all the monsters flew towards the guys. Mary said she would hold them off and let Sam kill the monsters at the gate so they could escape. Sam started attacking while Mary held off the others. Good thing they weren't that strong. But that mystery had to be solved. Why the egg didn't hatch? Sam wondered what he had missed. Mary said she could hold them off no longer. Sam said he would help her and attacked. He sealed the exit and said that they did not need to run away, following the moonlight. The candle would light his heart. This was the message of the egg. If he is not mistaken, it is because the red moon in the sky is also moving slowly, which means that eventually, the moon's shadow will cover the egg. Suddenly a strong light illuminated the egg and it began to crack. Sam's hypothesis was correct. Now you need to use the fire skill to attack him. Mary did so. And finally a little dragon emerged from the egg. they successfully completed the task. The reward for the mission was to pet the dragon. Sam was unhappy that he was small. Mary said not to underestimate them. Pets have great potential in this game. The huge dragon said, "People have really opened the seal, then they can all die together." Sam used the glasses on the dragon and ordered him to protect them. Suddenly, the dragon evolved. The dragon said that he would destroy the fire-winged dragon. Sam ordered the dragon to unlock the skill soaring on the wind. But for this, the boys had to sit on it. The boys sat down, and the dragon rose up. They were on top of the dragon. Then Sam jumped down and said it was his turn. Mary said she would cover him. Sam was already landing successive attacks along the way. Sam jumped on the dragon. Sam said that he knew that the dragon would not be easy to defeat. It looked like it wanted to surround them. The dragon told them not to hope for escape. Mary quickly activated her teleportation skill, although she had little strength. Luckily it worked. Mary said that now Sam realized how cool her skills were. Sam replied that it was because of her skills that they got here. Mary said she picked up the stone on her way back. It fell from the dragon. Sam said that even though he spent a lot of time because of her, he got the dragon thanks to her. Mary thought she should have successfully saved Sam from his fate. Now she can only pray that they don't run into more trouble. Phil and Ella fought the monsters well. They have a lot of dragon souls to clear the level. But then Phil said that there was someone nearby, but it was not a person. Ella asked who it could be. Ella hit the wall with her weapon and Lena appeared. She said that she was not interested in them. She was chasing Sam. But Ella attacked her. Then Lena jumped back and asked why Ella was so furious about killing her. Ella said that she attacked her and Sky. She asked what Lena did to Sky. Lena replied that she couldn't answer. She wanted to kill her so badly that she didn't notice how she fell into her trap, Lena said. Lena asked where Sam was now. Ella asked, so she killed Sky. But it is worth waiting a little, as she will take revenge on her, even with her own valuable life. Ella ran forward and said that she would make up for Sky's suffering tenfold. Ever since the day she learned that Lena was from the Blood Moon, she had been training in anticipation of the day she would meet her. And then that day came. Lena threw a boulder at Ella, but Ella easily drilled it. Sam said that if he flew at full speed, he would soon be with Ella and Phil. Phil contacted Sam and told him that Ella was fighting and she was amazing. Lena said that although Ella is stronger than she was, she shouldn't be underestimated. She is one of the Blood Moon killers. Phil said that he heard that there were 4 ranks in the Blood Moon, starting from A to D. The Demon Mask was only a D rank. Lena's strength is only 1 point higher than Ella's. She quickly drilled through all the monsters. Lena continued to attack her in a panic, but Ella increased her speed and ended up behind her. Ella attacked her, but then Lena tied her up and told her that she couldn't escape this time. Then Ella remembered how she broke the weapon. Sky said that her power was too high and the weapon couldn't handle her. But her adaptability is great. She was able to master all weapons. She also adapted to all fighting styles. Then Sky said that she just happened to have a spear with her and offered it to Ella. Ella thought that she would never throw the spear. She would use her fighting style to reach her potential. She strengthened her form, then quickly killed all 3 monsters and attacked Lena. Ella pinned her down and asked her why she attacked Sky. She was the one who killed her. Lena replied that Sky was too strong for her. She couldn't kill her. Suddenly a sword flew in, and Ed followed it. He asked Ella where Sam was now. Sam asked the dragon to fly faster. He thought Ella would get into trouble if she rushed into battle against Ed. Ed asked again where Sam was. Ella asked why she would tell him that and ordered him to move away. She was talking to Lena. Ed's power was too much for Ella. Ed teleported himself closer to Ella and attacked. His attacks were too fast and strong, and she had used up too much energy before this fight. Ed said that since she wouldn't tell him where Sam was, he would kill her. But then Sam appeared and ordered her to move away from Ella. Sam jumped down and Ed said he was waiting for him. Sam and Ed immediately started fighting. Sam was angry when he saw Ella's wounds. Mary helped Ella by healing her. Ella asked why she was helping her. Mary said that she was on their side. Ed said that Sam was really strong. Suddenly he had increased his own strength, and added that he would be the one to send Sam to the next world. Phil asked how Ella was feeling and said that Ed's strength was incredibly high. They needed to retreat. Mary created the fog. Ed told them not to even think about running away, but he only killed Phil's doll. And the guys were already on the dragon. Phil said that they would fly to the island of the Sky Dragon. Perhaps Ed would not catch up with them. There are many high-level monsters living on the way to the cliff on Dragon Sky Island. Ella thanked Mary for helping her. She was much better now. Mary replied that there was no need to thank her. The guys landed and Phil said, "This is the boss of the dungeon." Until now there were few people who were able to defeat the boss. But the team that successfully kills the boss will receive at least 1 million points. Sam said that he would do his best then, when suddenly someone attacked them. Fortunately, Mary protected everyone. Then Sam ran to the boss and saw that several groups were fighting this dungeon boss at once. Sam said that they were too late. The Guild Lions and the Golden Toad were already attacking him. Ella said that there is a rumor that all the dungeons have a hidden mechanism. The power of these guilds is not enough to kill the boss. Lei noticed Sam and said, "They came after all." Sam told him not to think that they could be turned away so easily. But Lei said that on the contrary, he wants their help. Stella said that if he recruits more assistants, there won't be enough points for everyone. Lola said that the sacred dragon has the power of regeneration. The only way to win is to interrupt the regeneration. And their strength was already running out. Sam thought that if they joined, the points that could be earned would decrease. Sam proposed a bet that they would fight together. But the team that dealt the final blow would be able to take 60% of the points. Stella said that it seemed like they didn't have enough last time. But since everything depends on luck, they agree. Sam asked Ella if his wounds hurt. Could she leave the finishing blows to him? Ella said she wouldn't hold him back. Then Sam asked if Mary wanted to join. Mary said she didn't mind. In the real world, the man screamed that they couldn't control this woman. Lynn asked, "The whole group can't even stop one woman. They want to make their guild a laughingstock." The girl offered to deal with her, but Lynn said that since the woman had already come, there was no point in refusing her. Lynn said that he even missed her. It was Lily. She told him not to talk, because they are not close. Then Lynn asked what made her come visit him in person. Lily told him to stop messing around. He knew why she was here. "She's just here to confirm something." She asked what he's going to do with Sam. So afraid of this sword, Lynn told her to shut up and not to say that name in front of him. Lily said that she would kill him one day. Lynn replied that she was boring, so be it. He would tell her what he would do next. But first she had to beat him at pool. Lily won easily, then Lynn showed the guys. The dragon attacked the boys with fire, but G protected the boys with a water shield. Kate told them to leave the smaller monsters to them and focus on the boss. Lola activated the Thousand Swords skill and Lei activated his skill. Together they attacked the dragon. Stella said that even though the lion's attacks were a little fierce, she was not going to give up. Just as the boys started attacking the dragon, Stella told G to act. G created water balls. She locked the guys in these balls. Lei asked what they were doing. Stella said that the boss was theirs now. The dragon was already at its limit. But then Lei told Stella not to think that such nonsense could stop it. Ella asked what they should do. Sam replied that they didn't have to be polite either. After all, they have another participant, Stella asked. He was talking about this little one. Phil shouted that he would still grow up. Sam told him to stop messing around and release the dragon. Phil took out the dragon and released it into the sky. Then Sam thought, if he could kill this boss, his reward would be even greater. He ordered the dragon to use the skill, Dragon King's Roar of Fire, and used 50,000 points. Reminder: the dragon successfully received the power-up points, removing the power limiter. The removal was completed and the dragon took the form of the King of Flame, the dragons. Stella asked why another boss-level monster had appeared. Phil asked where Sam had found this pet. Sam himself was shocked. The dragon said that the points he spent would be converted into his attack power. The master's enemies would be set ablaze by his roaring flames, the dragon added. And Sam was finally able to kill the dungeon boss. Stella was disappointed because she was so close to winning. The dragon flew to Sam and was greeted joyfully. Sam and the others continued to praise the dragon. Lily said that Lynn underestimated little Sam. His growth rate is much faster than that of ordinary players. But then Lynn said that if he told her that everything was going according to plan. Suddenly a huge black dragon appeared and grabbed Sam, this soul-eating dragon. If someone kills the Holy Dragon King, they will become a sacrifice. After 2 hours, the dark dragon will return to its normal holy form. This boss can't heal himself, but he can resurrect. Suddenly small monsters appeared and started attacking. All the monsters that the guys had previously killed have risen again, and now the guys have to kill them again. Lei told everyone not to be afraid, because they could kill them again. But first they had to save Sam. But these monsters had become stronger. The situation was bad. They had to find a way to save Sam and retreat. Lei asked the headquarters about the situation. They told him that a mountain of killed monsters had respawned throughout the entire dungeon area, and they were much stronger. The number of players killed is increasing, Lei said. In other words, it is impossible to escape from the dungeon. Mary tried to save Sam with her magic, but unfortunately it didn't work. Teleportation array is invalid, the selected target is a game NPC, and NPCs cannot be teleported. The dragon unleashed his power on the boys, Mary repeated. She had been doing everything wrong all this time. This is the disaster the president predicted. A lot of people will die here, including Sam. After the boss is defeated, he turns into a demonic soul-devouring monster, then returns to his normal form, and so on ad infinitum. Now Lei is the only one who can still fight. but he has also used up too much energy. Suddenly Ed appeared and said that a pathetic dungeon like this could render the lions helpless. Ed said that the boss is too strong because he absorbed the victim's power. In other words, they need to kill Sam first. Ella shouted at him to stop talking nonsense. He just wants to kill Sam, and she encourages Lei. Lei said that he had sense. Then Ella asked if Mary had any ideas, but Mary said that her magic was powerless. Lily got angry and said, so that's his plan, to make Sam a victim using the dungeon game mechanics. Lynn just laughed. Lily shouted that she wouldn't let him win and opened a portal. Then Lynn said that Lily was still so hot-tempered. Using his powers, he detained her. He made this high-level prison especially for her. Even she would need half an hour to get out of it. Lei said he never thought he would one day fight Ed. Phil said that now that the two are united, Sam could actually die. Lei and Ed were already approaching Sam, but then Ella blocked his way. Then he said that if this continues, not only will she not be able to do anything, they will all die here. Ella replied how she could just watch while her friend was dying in front of her. Lei pushed her away, but she got up and protected Sam again from Ed's attack, but Ed pinned her down with his blade. Ella has always been an excellent student. She has always been the pride of her parents. Ella ranked first not only in her school, but in the entire province. However, her classmates avoided her because of her intelligence, and she only remembers studying alone. That was before this game, before Sky. But she disappeared, and it plunged her into a state of despair. But then she met Sam, even though she originally planned to use him. His determination gave her hope back. He is the reason she believes she will see Sky again. Ella said that Sky had a misfortune because she ran away, but now she will fight to the end. And Sam at this time, opening his eyes, he saw Yui. He asked what she was doing here. Yui replied that she came to save him. Doesn't he want to revive her? He will never be able to do that if he dies himself. The president saw that the future had been changed. A powerful force had changed everything. Suddenly Sam broke free and grabbed Ella. He apologized to her and asked her to leave the rest on him. Ed said how it was possible, how he managed to escape from the Soul Eater. Sam asked if he was the one behind all this. The black dragon appeared and Lin was happy. Lin said that he was not defeated, but rather reborn, and the skill that Sam used was not one that could be used by normal players. He is different from everyone else. He is the one Lin has been looking for so long, the fourth heterogeneous sword. This light blocks the black dragon's attacks. It also heals their wounds. This is the weapon that Sky used, Ella said. Suddenly she heard Sky's voice telling her that when Ella heard this, she would probably already be gone. But she would always protect her friend. Lin shouted, "Fantastic!" Now all he had to do was show him the power of two dissimilar swords together. Then Sam used his sword and absorbed all the dragon's energy. He got his own wings, and he told Ella that everything was fine now. If anyone got in their way, he would destroy them.